Welcome to Morning Glory Farmstead. My name is Lolly, and this channel is all about gardening, animals, and nature. If this tidbit helps you, that is fantastic. You know what's under this? Those are GreenStalk covers, and there are two 4-tier original GreenStalks under that cover together. All right, you guys, I've got a lot going on today. The window boxes need some alterations made, so I'm gonna be doing that today before I put the potting mix in it that I made. But before that's done, I've got to go down to the burn bin and get rid of some stuff. And because we get so much rain here, the stuff that's already in the burn bin has to dry out before I can burn it. We've got more rain coming again. So I'm going to head down there, see if I can get some more stuff burned and load it up again. Y'all, this stuff just keeps piling up down here because either it's raining or when it's dry, we're under a wind advisory and it's too dangerous to burn this stuff. So it just keeps piling up. Here's what I'm going to be using. Starter squares. I love these. It usually only takes 1 or 2 at the most, and it gets the job done super fast. Now, these blocks have seen better days too. Over the years, some of them have started to break around the top, so I need to get those sealed back up again. All right, guys, let me show you what it's looking like in there. It's working really well, and I only had to use 1. Y'all, that noise in the back is Dad weed eating today. I'm always grabbing whatever's convenient as far as tools to use, and here I am with a pooper scooper, y'all, at the burn bin. But that way I can move stuff around, push stuff around, whatever I need, and it works just fine. All right, I'm going to let that burn down, and then I'll come back and put some more in it later, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on it all day. All right, today I want to show you the grow bags because I haven't shown you those in a couple weeks, and we'll check out the GreenStalks too and see how those are doing. Now, I've still been covering some stuff because it's been between 37 and 40 degrees at night. So I used a quilt over the grow bags. It seemed to work just fine. I put them all together. Now here at 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock, we've got some 4 o'clock. Y'all get it? Because that's 4 o'clock. That's a flower. And here we got some honeysuckle and some greens. They're starting to take shape, but when they're tiny, the spinach looks like the bok choy and the kale looks like the collards. These are the tomatoes and then some other greens. Those are doing really well. And so is the bag next to it. And then we got a few things sprouting up in the one behind there. All right, so the strawberries look the same. They're producing, but anytime there's any red on the strawberries, even if it's just half of it that's red, something is eating the strawberry. And that was even with a cover on it when it was cold. I really think it's a mouse or something. All right, these are some tomato plants, and I still think these are the larger varieties. They've been a little bit slower to come up and grow than the smaller varieties in the other GreenStalk. All right, here are the butter beans, cow peas, and lima beans, and who knows what else in this one. Some of them haven't even sprouted yet. Like this one right here looks like it's not going to make it. And there was a couple that were chewed on a couple days ago, so they were still the same, but there's some that look really good. So we shall see. And, you know, if some don't sprout in a pocket soon, then I'll just go ahead and plant something else. We'll have some succession planting going on. All right, these are the cherry tomatoes. They're looking pretty good. I will admit, there's one tier, the terracotta tier. I'm not quite sure what's in there. It looks a little bit different. It almost looks like greens, but I'm not sure. So we'll see what happens when everything starts growing and getting a little bigger. You guys, I had come up with a name for the green stalk that has the strawberries and the tomatoes, but now I think I'm going to have to change it because I think I'm going to have to take the strawberries off the top and do something different with those to keep them from getting eaten. So now I'm kind of back to square one with that green stalk. Now this one is the hum butter. This is the one for the butterflies and the hummingbirds, and you can see just how many seeds I put in here. It's ridiculous. It's going to explode. No doubt that those seeds are good. We'll see what happens. It's just kind of fun to watch. Now here's all the leafy greens, which of course are looking fabulous. These are designed to make you feel good about your skills as a gardener. I do see here that something is already eating a few of these. And I think since I have so many growing, I'm going to do some microgreens this time. I was trying to wait and just leave these alone, let these collards go to seed. It's taken a while, but I see it's starting. All right, so the way this is set up, there is no using the riding lawnmower in between these flower rows. So I'm going to use this. Hey, but y'all, this is nothing like when I was using that tiller that I was fighting with. This lawnmower is like butter. You just push it and it goes. You can control the speed. You don't have to fight with it. So I'm trying to get as close as I can to those edges of the rows with the flowers. And keeping it cut a little bit shorter there. Keeping it looking good. Now, if you guys will remember, my chickens have gotten in those first 3 rows and have done some damage almost as soon as I did it. And they've been back for more. I've caught them again in there. But there are still a few things growing up. However, I'm going to wait till they get just a little bit bigger so y'all don't have to hurt your eyes looking at those. Taking a break real quick. I'm checking out this row, but it's time to go fix me and Dad something to eat. Come right back. Time to get at it again. Now we've got rain coming, I think over the next couple days, but I want to make sure that they get a little bit of water today because they're on the dry side right now. I don't want them to shrivel up. Just a little bit. I'll show you these sunflowers because they're bigger. They're easier to see. The sunflowers are coming up real nice. I've got 3 different varieties growing in here, and hopefully they'll be pretty big. And the whole reason I'm growing these is to help feed the birds. All right, y'all, let's talk about these railing planters that I got. You know how they say you get what you pay for? Well, no, you don't. You don't even get a third of what you used to get. You know what? They said $20. If y'all want to pay $20 for this railing planter, no drainage holes for you. And as a bonus, we're going to make sure they don't fit your railing either. So let's go see what I'm talking about and look at some of the alterations I'm going to have to make on this situation. All right, Dad was down there in the shop trying to find something we could put up under there to wedge it a little bit and make it fit a little better. We've had a couple pieces of wood we're checking out. We've had some rubber stripping, things like that. So we'll see what we end up with. All right. So you can see how this part sits on the rail, and then you've got the 2 pockets for the roots, which are very narrow, but that seems to be the way quite a few of them are. So I'm not going to overplant these, that's for sure. I don't want them overcrowded. They need some room for the roots. Okay, so there's that issue. None of these holes are actually drainage holes that you see, because if you look at the bottom, there is nothing there. They're just trying to fake you out like you might have some holes there. All right, now this part right here I think is made to fit 4 to 5 inches, but it is too big for my railing. So last night they all fell off. Now when I put some potting soil in there, that's going to make them heavier and they'll probably stay a little bit better. But for now, if a storm comes, I'm going to have to take them down. You could totally put a hole in that and just screw it right there into the railing. But I don't want to do that. I mean, these railings are original to the house and I don't want to crack anything. So I'm just going to try to find something that I can wedge up in there. We tried this piece of wood, but this piece of wood is not even, so it didn't work. One side was too big, the other side was too small, and it just wouldn't lodge it good. So I'm going to try to find something to slide in there. So what I'm going to do in here is use the soldering kit, and I'm going to make some holes in here for the drainage. So that's no big deal. I'll show you guys how I'm going to do it. This is the same soldering kit that I used when I was putting holes in the cups for my pepper transplants. I think I'm going to change this tip. It's a little small, and we'll have this done in no time. All right, I'm going to put some holes in this part instead of in here because this will drain out all over the railing. So the first couple holes, I'm just kind of feeling it out and seeing how it's going to go. And then I realized, oh my gosh, this is going to go through really quick. So literally 1 to 2 seconds to do each hole. Super fast. I'm just scanning the yard real quick. Y'all, it's a beautiful day and they're not spraying today. All right, so I put 6 holes in there. Hopefully that's enough. I put 3 on each side. Now I got these at a store locally, but I'm going to put an Amazon link in case y'all want to check out the variety that they have online. Now I'm just going to work my way really fast through the other 5 railing planters. Okay, you guys, I just saved myself at least $10 a piece by putting those drainage holes in, and it took between 5 and 10 seconds to do each one. Now it's time to put the potting mix in. Y'all, I went to lift my arms up in victory and forgot that I have major issues with my right shoulder. Y'all, I don't even know what I did. I haven't been able to lift it up for the last several months. All right, guys, that went really well. I was surprised at how far I was able to fill them up because I made half the amount of potting mix that I made last time. But I know it's going to settle some, and these containers aren't huge. So what I'm going to do is get a bag of potting mix that I have that's already made from the store and just fill those up to the top so that those roots have plenty of room. Now, y'all, this looks like it would be really easy, you know, just putting the dirt in here. But I was using this really large measuring cup, and it definitely was not sharp enough to dig in piles of dirt. Digging in that bin of soil that I made, it was so difficult. I had to fight to get it full because the soil was kind of moist and it didn't break up as easily as I wanted to. You know what I need is some kind of not a real dinky shovel. I need some kind of hand shovel that's kind of like a medium size for stuff like that. So I'll quit grabbing my kitchen gadgets that aren't as easy to use. Man, I was exhausted after doing all that dirt. But it looks good. I'm really pleased. All right, y'all, that went really well, but I think I'm going to wait and plant my seeds in a couple of days. We're supposed to have a lot of rain coming up, and that'll give me something that I could do out here on the front porch, even while it's raining. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I know some of you guys are still waiting on warmer weather, and some of you guys are full steam ahead. Wherever you are, I hope that you are finding joy in the process. I'll see you real soon in the next video, and until then, y'all have a great couple of days. Bye-bye.